Hello everybody, this is Wolfang here. Some of you know me from Prepper 1 or Prepper Nurse 1 live chat. Anyway, today's Saturday the 27th of April 2019. Another gloomy day here in Cincinnati, Ohio. But what can you do? That's Mother Nature. So today's topic is going to be about whether to start your own prepper group or join one. So what I'm going to do with this one is going to be in two parts. Today I'm going to talk about starting your own prepper group, and then part two will be joining a prepper group. So, like I always do, I got my notes. I did some research. I talked to my buddy that lives up in Canada, and we were tossing back and forth ideas on if you start your own prepper group, what size, how many people do you want in your group? You want 5, 10, 20? How big of a group do you want to start? That would be the first thing that I would think about. And once again, I'm going to say I'm no expert at anything that I share on my videos. I'm just sharing thoughts and ideas. So, your size of your group. Okay, maybe 5 people might be too small, and 20 people might be too big. Okay, the people that you choose to have, or how do you go about looking for people that you would like to have in your group? Do you go with family members? Because in my life experiences, I'm 56 years old. Not all family members get along together. So, I mean, you're going to have conflicts with your family. And I'm not saying you're not going to have conflicts with other people, though, either. And that's something that you need to think about. So, who do you know? Co-workers, friends, maybe some neighbors. Who do you trust? Who can you trust? These are a few things also that you want to put in consideration. Types of personality. And you're going to get different types. I mean, it's not like you can find everybody that thinks and talks and walks the same way as you do. That's just not going to happen. So the personality traits with people, you don't want somebody that's a Debbie Downer all the time, and somebody who is over enthusiastic or just constantly gung ho. So where do you find that medium with people? Along with that, once you figured out the people that you would like to have in your group or start your prepper group, are you going to have, what type of egos are you going to deal with? And how do you deal with that? Okay. And then choosing the people in your group, your skill sets. You're going to want somebody that has knowledge of medical. You'll want somebody that has knowledge of working on cars. If you have a vehicle, the vehicle breaks down, and nobody's a mechanic or nobody has any idea what the hell's going on, well, you have no more vehicle. A construction worker, a builder, people that are good with their hands, a handyman. Even if you know a little bit of this and a little bit of that, that still helps. Also, another thing I thought about, you may have some older people in your group, and they won't have the strength to do some of the things that the younger people can do. So you might want to think about having a person in your group that's their empathy, they're good listeners. When things get a little crazy or somebody gets really upset, they'll have somebody that they can sit down and talk to, and this person just may be able to calm them down. Tell them, hey, look, everything's going to be okay. We're working together. We can do this. I think that would be a good personality trait to have in your group. Even heck, a firefighter, a police officer in your group. Next, and this is a big one, I think, leadership. Who's going to be the leader in your group? Okay, I want to start a prepper group. Now, I've got the mindset, this is my group, so I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to be the leader. That's not always the case. Some people just aren't good leaders. They get a little power. They go on a power trip. So to be a leader, you have to have respect for your people, and you also have to be willing to work with your people. You just can't sit back and point your finger and you're doing this and you're doing that. You can't do that. That's not good. That's not good. Now, once you've established your group, and let's go with you have 15 people in your group. Okay. You've chosen the person that's going to be in charge. Okay. Now, what about when it comes to making decisions? Who's going to make those decisions? Do you expect that one person to make all the decisions for everybody? Or are you going to have like a committee, or just everybody sit down and vote? How are you going to work that out? A good scenario on that part, and this was from somebody else that I had watched on YouTube. They had brought this up. Okay, so you have your group, and you're at your area, and you have people that are wandering out there, and they notice where you are, and they see one of your members, and they're like, can we get some water from you, or can you spare some food? How are you going to handle that situation? Because you have water and food for your group. Are you going to be able to afford to share a bottle of water or give a little bit of food? And you just can't do it without asking your group, because then you're going to have some upset people, because they're going to come to you and say, what the hell did you just do? So how would you handle that scenario? Okay, and like the decision part. Okay, do you sit down as a group and vote on what you're going to do next? And if you're on a good sized piece of land, how are you going to protect that? Who's going to be in charge of your security? Who's going to go out on patrols? How do you split that time up? Because you're going to have eyes open 24/7, making sure somebody's not coming up on your property and trying to steal stuff from you. Then you have Oh, another one, somebody that knows how to sew, because your clothes will get torn. So you're going to need to mend your clothes. Do you know how to sew? I actually do know how to sew because they taught us in the military. And we had to sew, and this was back in the early 80s, but we actually had to sew some of our own patches on our uniforms. Or even if a button, was to fall off, you had to sew your own button back on. Or you could pay somebody to do it. So you got you got a group of people that are doing security walkarounds on your property. Then, do you want to, as far as your food goes, if you have food that you actually need to cook, if you got somebody in your group that knows how to hunt, you're going to have to cook the meat or the fish, whatever that you're doing. Do you want somebody that doesn't know how to cook? Or do you want somebody that knows what they're doing when they cook? So that would be their chore. Firewood, just your basic stuff. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Because this would be like one of my scenarios. We have a location that we can go to, and it's primitive. We have nothing. It's nothing built. It was an old campsite that we used to go to, and it got shut down. But getting there is going to be that's a whole nother topic, because it's a good 25-minute drive from where I live. So anyway, so you have your people, you're at your area. Everybody is designated a certain job, and you help each other out. But then all of a sudden there's a conflict in your group. How do you handle the conflict? Okay, let's say something comes up missing. Maybe somebody's ration, and this person that's missing the ration is blaming Joe Smith over there. And Joe Smith's like, you know what, F you, I didn't take your stuff, blah blah blah. And it turns into a scuffle. How do you handle that? And this is in your own group. And I can almost guarantee you, the more people that you have in your group, this is going to happen. So how do you deal with that? Can't put them in timeout. Can't tell them to go sit in the corner. Do you set up a jail system? Do you kick them out of your group? And if you kick somebody out of your group and they form up with another group, guess what? They know what you have. Like I said, there's things to think about. But making the decisions, you're going to need a couple of... You don't want decisions just for one person. You don't want to lay that all on one person. That's heavy. That's tough right there. You at least want to have a few people. It's like, hey, John and Carol, I need to talk to you guys. There's something going on. I'm not sure how to handle this. What's your input? How should we handle this? Or do you get the whole group together and deal with the two people that just had this scuffle and discuss, hey, how do you want to deal with this situation? Like I said, you can't put them in timeout. Okay, so this is all the things that I think that you, and I'm sure there's more. These are things I just thought of, and a buddy of mine, we were talking, and the first step is choosing the people that you want in your group. Do you know how to read people? I mean, can you tell, okay, I can trust this person, but I'm not sure if I can trust that person over there. So it's, I don't think it, there's a few people that I do trust. I would definitely want in my group. Another thing that was brought up, my friend and I were talking, is the people that you choose, how far away do they live? Do you want people that are in your area, close to you? Can you choose people that are 10 miles away, 15 miles away? Okay, and if you have a bug out location already set up, what if this person doesn't make it to your site? How do you replace them? That's something else to think about. There's a lot to think about when it comes to choosing people in your group. So, I mean, I just, like I said, I just touched the basics. And just knowing what each person can do. I'm thinking here because I just had a brain fart. I know I've did a few of these videos, but to be honest with you, I still get a little nervous every time I'm in front of that damn camera. It's odd. And I'm getting off topic a little bit here, but there's a lot more into making these videos than I realized. But anyway, like I said, I do try to write my notes down. Maybe I talk a little too fast. But back on making, if you want to start your own prepper group, you definitely want to look into the people that you choose to put into your group. And like I said, who do you pick? I'm sure everybody's got close friends. But like friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, you know. But whoever you choose, just make sure you do it wisely. And also remember, the bigger the group, you're gonna have some conflicts because everybody does not get along. And also on that is, if it gets to the point to where you all have to come together and take care of each other, shit's hit the fan. So everybody's going to be on a high. Everybody's going to be stressed, going to be worried, nervous, scared. So you're going to have all these emotions all over the place. So, see, and that's the other thing. You don't really know how you're going to act in that type of a scenario. So you definitely need somebody that's going to be level-headed, calm, as much as possible. And, you know, letting everybody else know, hey, look, these are things that we need to get done. And let's stay busy, watch each other's back, and take care of each other. Because if it gets to that point, everybody in your group is depending on each other, period. Unless you don't want to survive. So, this is part one of prepper groups. Do you start one or do you join one? So next weekend when I do my next video, I'll do it on joining a prepper group. and how do you go about joining a prepper group. And there's a lot of Prepper Nurse One in his community, he started up, different groups that you can join if you look into that, because I know there's quite a few out there that have joined my site that also go to Prepper Nurse One and watch him live, which I think he's doing a great job. But on that note, like I said, next weekend I'll do part 2, and it will be about joining a group. And if anybody's got any suggestions or just comments, leave me some comments. Share your thoughts on this topic. If you want to start a group, if there was something I missed, let me know. Help me out here. I'm trying to help everybody else out too. Like I said, all I'm doing is sharing thoughts, trying to think outside the box. Don't keep those blinders on. So I'll talk to everybody next weekend. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you later. Blessed be everybody. Bye.